The book's really a story of my life from 0 to 52. It's got all the warts and bizarreness of my life. But it might explain to people kind of like a little bit about why I am the way that I am. And maybe it gives somebody some hope somewhere. I had ran into Noel Gallagher when he was going out with a girl I knew, and I shook his hand, and I remembered that years later. Liam was quite quiet, to be honest. He looked like a total rock star, but I thought he'd got to be the drug dealer. And then my impression of Noel was that he was a really good musician, and he was the leader of the group. And he was quite business-like. He'd been in Spiral Carpets roadie, so he knew the game. We'd never had an A-list kind of selling band. It took us by surprise. I mean, it was a strange time, Britpop, but it was a great time because people bought records. The music business isn't the enemy anymore. It's like apathy's the enemy because people don't actually buy music. Pete Doherty somehow got my home number and said, "Do you want to manage the Baby Shambles?" I never even heard it. I didn't even know what the Baby Shambles was at this point. And I said, "You should stick to the Libertines." Went to the first Baby Shambles gig, went down to see him, and I had a good night with him, to be honest. And we had a really funny bit in the pub where he said, "Put on your 5 favourite records," and I put on like "Hey Jude" and "She Loves You," yeah, whatever, like 5 Beatles songs, and he actually put on 5 Chaz and Dave songs. But we actually got on pretty well. And then I said, "I think you're going to prison." He went, "I don't think I am." So he went to prison. I met Peter, and we decided that we were going to go forward and make another Libertines record, and chaos ensued. They were probably the most difficult band I think I've ever been involved with. Definitely I've ever managed. I always felt that if we'd got Peter sober, we could have challenged U2 and Oasis at the time as being the biggest band. Because I mean, Doherty was that talented. We were invited to Chequers. It was Judi Dench, her husband, Joan O'Farrell, his missus, John Reid, the guy that owned Celtic, Jimmy Savile and a bodyguard, Tony Blair, his missus, me and my missus, and the guy that pressed the nuclear button. But it was funny because I never knew Savile was coming, and of course there was nothing about being a paedophile around at this point, and he just came through the door and went, "Now then." I just went, "What?" I actually went to Blair. I went, "It can't get any fucking weirder." And he laughed. Do you know what I mean? Because he realised it was fucking ridiculous as well. I don't think anybody realised how influential Lou Reed was to all our lives and a whole generation of people that I know. Now everybody's really, really misses him, but I don't think I've had a conversation about Lou Reed in about 5 years. I did meet him. He was horrible. I don't think you should meet people that you love that much. Just leave them leave them in your record collection. My daughter's my proudest achievement of being her dad. It did help that she came out to Higher Than the Sun, so that was a nice moment. That was a fluke because we just put Screamadelica on when she was getting born, and she came out to Higher Than the Sun. One day I'll try and explain to her why that's significant. I don't look at life like I've achieved anything. I mean, I just think you've got to ride the wave. Sometimes it's a shit wave. Sometimes it's a good wave. Do you know what I mean? But everybody's just got to ride their own wave, man.